Alright, hello and welcome to Pillars of Eternity, a fairly new game by Obsidian, and, oh jeez, it's loud in my ear. It's a new game by Obsidian. I honestly don't remember any other games Obsidian has done, but Pillars of Eternity is a real-time RPG game created by Obsidian, and is very similar to games like Baldurs Gate, and takes influence from said game Baldurs Gate and Neverwinter Nights, very Dungeons and Dragons-esque, and because of that, I love it. I already have 2 save games that I've been playing. I typically have a first sort of playthrough where I just finished Act 1 actually, not Act 2. So I made another one, and I always make a new one after I kind of learn the ropes, because I always feel like my first game is really, bad, for a lack of a better word. I feel like it's always messed up, so I have to make a new character to fix everything I just fucked up. But as I make my character, I'm going to explain a little bit more about it. So I'm going to be making a new game for this playthrough. And sorry if I sound a little weird, I've already had a few drinks in me. It's already like, oh Jesus, what time is it? It's like 6 o'clock as I'm filming this. So it's, and I'm home alone, Sal's home to school. So I'm home alone, and I got my cats, I got SpongeBob in the background, I have Pillars of Eternity with me, and I'm ready to go on a fucking crazy journey. I already know most of what happens in Act 1, but I'm going to be leaving the dialogue and everything just for, I guess, your sake, anyone who's watching this. For people who haven't really played it, this is a really new game, like, it just came out a few months ago. But let's start a new game, and I'll explain more on the way, as well as give an introduction of myself, since I don't really seem to have that much on my channel. But here we have settings, easy, which is, you know, you're new to real-time party-based RPGs, which is what Baldurs Gate is, the Baldurs Gate games. Normal, few mistakes in combat is allowed, but not recommended for newcomers. Hard, Path of the Damned, Expert, and Trial of Iron. Trial of Iron is like Dark Souls level, just about. You only get 1 save file for the entire playthrough. If you die, it is permadeath. Your save game is deleted, and you have to start a new character. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going easy mode for this playthrough. I'm not very good at real-time strategy games. I don't even do strategy very well. I've played all the Dragon Age games except for Inquisition, which just came out. It's $60. I don't have the money for that. This is my allowance for $60 games. It's fairly new, so it was like $60 for this, along with a few extra features. It's available on Steam and all other sort of platforms. You can buy it for other platforms on the PC. I'm not sure if it's on like any other console, but I'm not good at them. I've played Dragon Age Origins, which is heavily based on like real-time strategy almost, and I focus on my PC most of the time, and it's just, I'm terrible at it. This game is making me better, so hopefully I do a little bit better in this playthrough. So we're going easy difficulty. And I was recording Neverwinter Online, but it was really laggy. I'm not sure if that's Moilo, which is the recording program I use, or if it was just because this was downloading in the background. And mostly this is just going to be the beginning, not really important. So if this does not... Oh, why is it frozen?
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Alright, like I was saying, this is going to be a first episode, so I might be talking a lot. Also, if this doesn't work out, the first episode, if it doesn't work out and audio doesn't work or something happens, this isn't important. It's just a basic tutorial level is at the beginning. So while I'm creating the character, I'm just going to be explaining some things this is the first episode. Oh geez, it's freezing again. I hope it works. Okay, like I said, first episode doesn't work out, I can just explain the tutorial later and the basics of the beginning of this game. Alright, so here we are in the actual game.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry, about the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Odema looks over his shoulder at his assistant, a lanky, intense man named Sparful, who carries an old, sun-bleached bow. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here. He nods in your direction. Sparful nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. And then you have a bunch of options. This is just explaining some lore over here. About the berries, the ruins you're around, and the huge rocks. I'll be doing the rocks and these to just explain the lore a little bit.
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
Who did build the ruins?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
What are these huge rocks coming up out of the ground?
They don't got Audra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Alright. Leave, I'll go see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time. She needs to find some spring berries, while she doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her, you're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
Alright. This is a little tutorial. Welcome to Pillars of Eternity.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel.
Welcome to Pillars of Eternity. If this is your first visit to the world of Aora, you might want to watch these windows to become familiar with the tools and interfaces available to you. I've already had 2 save games, I know what's going on. But... tutorials. Basically, here's your party. There's me, and there's Kalisha. If you want to select one person, you can use the number button, so like 1 is activating your character. That's like 1 and 2, and you can make your character move.
Clover.
Make your character move, which is me right there. Scroll out. Press 2. You're controlling Kalisha now. Make her run over there. If you want to move the whole party or have the whole party attack something, you click Select All. And click somewhere and they'll both move. Your whole party will move. I'm probably going to end this video around here. She's talking about...
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
Merchant over there. Let's go talk to him. You see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered it with uneven stubble as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
We might as well try. My thoughts exactly.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
Let's see what you've got. And it'll bring up his shop, where you can, and these are little filters where you can only filter weapons, which are highlighted, like you see these versus this. Armor, which will highlight these. Sort of like jewelry or extra things. Consumables and miscellaneous. You definitely need lockpicks. I don't think he has any camping equipment. Oh, I don't have enough money for that crap. But, let's see. That's the controlling all party, cancel, attack, formation, which will give you you can change your formation like in Baldurs Gate, where you have block, triangle, straight line, single file. Custom formation and custom formation, another custom formation. Campfire and camping equipment, which you need to, if you look at the character screen, you have my character Yavanna, experience. Over here you have health and endurance. Your endurance will automatically regenerate after combat, but health won't. So, you see these little green bars next to the portraits? That's your health. When it gets to like yellow or red, you have the option to camp somewhere. Not all places will allow you to camp, however. But you click on the little camp if you have the camping equipment, and it only allows you 6 at a time. But camping will allow you to rest and regenerate health and give you sometimes even give you bonuses to your characters. I believe you can have 6 or 8 characters in your party. But you have the health, and camping will reset the health. It'll make it completely full, since there's not really any health potions, there's no regenerative health. It's really important that you rest to rejuvenate yourself and your party. Otherwise, depending on the setting you have, the character's health or other NPCs in your party get 0 health, they either become maimed or killed. If they're maimed, I think you have to treat their injuries. I haven't had it happen to me yet, but killed means they're dead. You cannot resurrect them, resting will not help you, they're dead now. So if you fuck up big time. Some things can be forgiven on easier levels, like on easier levels, if they reach 0, they might not be killed, they might be maimed, however, and have a serious penalty to their stats. Stealth mode, it's called scouting mode, where you can sneak around, like in Skyrim. It helps you detect traps.
Stay quiet.
And other things, hidden places, stuff like that. Your inventory is down here. Character screen, your journal, which is J, map, strongholds, which you don't get until a certain point in the storyline, and options. The cool thing with this is that there is a colorblind mode, where you see these green circles that represents your party. Red circles mean enemies. However, if they decided if you're red-green colorblind, there is an option to change it so that you might have an easier time seeing the circles and distinguishing between them. But I'm probably going to stop around here. I'm running at about 30 minutes of footage that I have to edit and everything. But next time I'll be going through the actual tutorial level and the beginning level. And this is a good place to end, because even if this video doesn't exactly work and the audio doesn't pick up or whatever, I can come back to this and start off and explain everything that just happened. So I'm going to save, and then you can also see the 2 characters I have, EC and Alashina. EC is the one I'm currently running right now. Alashina is the first one I made to sort of understand how things work. I always mess up the first character because I never know what I'm doing. But I'm going to save here, and I'm going to stop recording and fix everything and edit and possibly get this video up by the time today at least. So I'll see you next video, and we can continue our adventure in this world. Alright, peace.